Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bethany and today we're playing Banished. If you don't know what Banished is, it is a settlement building simulator. It's easy to catch on and learn, and I'm really bad at explaining things. But instead of just playing a regular game, I have an achievement I really kind of want to try to get because it's a really difficult achievement. It's called Mountain Men, and in a harsh climate on a small mountainous map, you must maintain a population of at least 50 people for 20 years. And you might be like, 50 people for 20 years, like that's gonna be easy. But hold on, I have failed trying to get this achievement many times. I have completely died off trying to get this achievement because harsh climates are really harsh and they're really difficult to get through winters, and a small mountainous map doesn't always have that many resources, so you kind of have to take it at a completely different way than you would normally play the game. So we're going to start a new map and we are going to have a town named Keeleyville. That sounds cool. We're gonna do a random map seed, mountainous map, small terrain, harsh climate. We're gonna do disasters on because disasters are fun. It's like tornadoes and fires and earthquakes. I think earthquakes, I've never had an earthquake, but fires and tornadoes. And we're gonna go with easy starting conditions because, like I said before, mountainous maps don't have that many supplies, so combine it with a small map and you have even less resources to gather. So with a small map, we will start out with 6 families, a large amount of clothing, food, firewood, building materials, and tools. We will have houses built already, but they will be the normal houses, not ideal for harsh climate, but we will already have some housing set up, and we will have seeds for fields and orchards and a herd of livestock. Now I know what livestock I would like to get, and I know which one I absolutely do not want at all. And if we get that livestock that I don't want at all, I'm going to be very upset because that's going to make this playthrough 100 times harder, even though we're starting out with livestock. So we're gonna cross our fingers and hope we get sheep. And not chickens, we got sheep. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. I promise you, I did not cheat sheep in. I did not randomize until I got another seed. You saw that was one take. I did not enter a seed number into it. But this is great for us, and it's not a completely awful spawn point. We are going to pull up what I would like to have, which is the professions. We're going to use the map for just a second to see what's here. We spawned right here on the map, right along the large river, which is really nice. We have a fairly nice large area that's flat, and then we have nothing on this side of the mountains. We don't have anything really above us. We could build some housing, but nothing really that big or would be that useful. We have some flat area over here that could be good for housing and fields. We have a little bit more down here and a little bit way down here, but this is so far away from where we're starting out that it would be a trek to get here. So this would have to basically be a completely different village. Otherwise it would take forever. They would either have to walk all the way around, or we would have to build a tunnel all the way through this mountain. But right now I think we're gonna focus just on the land that is right by us because ease. So to start off, we are going to remove resources. Not on the other side of the river though, because they can't reach those. We have to build a bridge to get there. But we are going to just start removing resources. We're going to build more storage. Stockpile. And we're going to see what seeds we got. We got wheat and potatoes, which are pretty good. And we got pecans and apples, which are also pretty good. That means we have a protein and a fruit, and we have wheat and potatoes, which are both well producing fields of food. I know my words, I promise. The first thing we build, I'm going to build a pen for our sheep, which will be 20 by 20 as long as I can fit it in somewhere. It could fit right here, but then it would block off a whole bunch of stuff. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it up on this side of our beginning. That is where we put that's a hill. And that's why it can become kind of difficult to start on a mountainous map, because there are hills, and hills prevent you from building. So we got the pasture set up to put the sheep in. I'm not going to prioritize that. The sheep will be fine just hanging out by themselves. But we need some food coming in like now. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a fishing dock down and prioritize that. And I'm going to decide on some spots for some fields. I think I'm gonna have one right here that's 7 by 7, and then move over and have another one that is 7 by 7, if I can do it correctly. 7 by 7, there we go. And I'm going to pull those up to set to the side so I don't forget that we have them. Now the next thing we do is, because we are on harsh climate, we are going to build a woodcutter right away. I think I'm going to put him right here. You will learn that I have a very specific way that I start most of my villages out like, and it's with the woodcutter directly across from the stockpile, because that way they don't have to walk all the way to the stockpiles, then all the way back. If it's too far, they get less done in the day. So having it nearby is a lot better. I'm also going to build a road to the fishing dock, and I think that is all I want to do for the first thing. I think I'm going to prioritize the woodcutter also to make sure that it gets done before spring is over, or we get a cold freeze. That's one way of putting it. A cold front, or we get snow in spring, because that can happen in early spring. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and get this sped up some so we can get a move on with what's happening in our life. I'm also going to put priority on that, and I'm going to move people to be builders. So laborers can do simple things. They can move things to storage. They can break down resources. Everything else needs to be appointed out jobs. So builders build things. So they build the fishing dock, the livestock pen, the pasture, the woodcutter. When builders are not doing anything, don't have any jobs, they become laborers, but they stay in the builder section, so you don't have to worry about moving them back and forth. Now, I'm moving them back and forth right now so that we can be sure we have people to put into all the new jobs we're creating. But eventually, once we have an established town, we won't have to move builders out of the building section. So the wood's done, and I'm going to immediately increase how much we store to, I think, 700. We have 6 families, 5 families, 6 families. So I think that's a good starting number. I'm also going to check the ages of all the kids, because like this, he's 10 years old and he could move out of the house at this point. If we were building a school right away, it would not be a good idea to build a school right away. But if we were, he would not be a builder right now. He would be in school being a student until he was 15 or 16, and then he would become a working citizen and he could move out of his parents' house. Right now, I'm not going to worry about building him a house to move out to, because like already we have a low reserve of food, and that's because we have so many people and not enough resources quite yet. And moving him out of the house means that someone else will move in with him. Once there is a female of age, they will move in and they will have a baby. And the baby will then take food also. So it's really not a great idea, especially when you're working with limited resources, to immediately start trying to grow your village. But it's also really important to not forget to grow it. Otherwise, you run out of babies, and then there won't be anyone to take the place of the adults when they become elderly and die, or if there is an accident and someone dies because a tree fell on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and only build one house this year, because I am looking and we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 kids old enough to leave the house, but no females. And we won't have a female old enough to leave the house until they're 4, so a couple more seasons. So I think we'll be okay. But this is why you want to be really careful about building houses when you don't have any other resources. Now he doesn't have any food. So we're working on getting food. He got some in the house now, which is good. But that's one reason you want to be careful about building out too quickly. Once you're established, you can kind of build out as much as you want, but right now we just are not established. I'm going to continue building roads, because roads can be finicky and not happy if you don't do them the correct way. And because I have that little bit of room there, I'm going to put more, not a dirt road, I'm going to put more storage here just to fill up that area. We don't necessarily need it right now, but it's still a good thing to have.